This build can easily complete all 30 waves of Simulacrum without a problem. Even the repaired mod's not a problem for us. This build was going under my radar for a very long time, but now it's time to try it out. What's up guys, Pidget here. Our skill choice is Detonate Dead. You targeting a corpse and you will causing the corpse to explode, and this will deal a percentage of the corpse health as fire damage. Because of that we were using very high life Spectre in our corpse pool. Few patches ago they kept the bonus health on all Spectres, so now you can use any Spectre that has 360% increased life. The easiest way to get one Spectre with that many life, just go to Act 10 Rooftop and start spam Desecrate till you find a Kitava Herald and use level 1 Race Spectre and then unsocket the gem, because the game will remember what Spectre you have saved in your pool. From now, every time you cast your Desecrate, it will have a chance to contain your Kitava Herald with really high life. The reason is why we need high life corpse, because we adding to the mix Ignite. Bigger the base damage, the bigger will be the Ignite will be. Kitava Herald has around 187k life. We detonating this, and because how the detonate that works, almost 8% of that health will be dealt as fire damage, which is really huge base damage. To increase this damage even more, we were using Black Flame Unique Ring. With this, the Ignite will deal chaos damage instead of fire damage. Also comes with a really good mod. Wither does not expire on enemies. Because of that, we can easily use Withering Step and get 15 Wither stack on enemies, which is huge damage increase for us. Normally, this build is a multiple button build. You have to cast Desecrate and then detonate that. But not with this setup that the build has. We're using Corpse Walker unique boots, so we only need press one button to deal damage. Just walk into the group of enemies, your boots will spawn corpses, and you can just press detonate that and you move on. For maximum smoothness, we're using Quartz Flex for phasing to able to walk over enemies, which is really important in Simulacrum, because if you get stuck in a wrong spot, you could die. Using a pretty good unique body armor, Incandescent Hurt. This chest piece comes with really good stats. First and the biggest damage increase the build we get, the elemental damage as extra chaos damage, which is really big damage increase for this build. Also it comes with a really good defensive part. We take elemental damage as chaos damage. Normally this is not too good as it sounds, but because we're using chaos inoculation, which is making us immune to chaos damage, this is a free damage reduction for this build. You have to use a Forbidden Javel with Shaper of Flames to get 100% ignite chance easily, because the build needs to that stat, otherwise your damage will be non-existent. Of course, you can go without it, just need to allocate a few ignite chance node on the tree, but we can use as those points. To be able to survive all 30 waves, you have to be really tanky. We are achieving this with a few things. On the defensive side, maybe you already noticed our energy shield is bouncing up and down when many enemies hitting us. Using Aegis Aurora unique shield that gives us a tons of good stats. First and the most unique stats that only represented on this shield. Recover energy shield equal to 2% of armor when you block. The build has unbuffed more than 20k armor. When we block a hit, we will regain 400 energy shield. So if a hit is less than this, it will heal us. And in Simulacrum, there is many hits that occur under a second. Maybe I even can just stand still and not die. We need to reach the 75% block cap against attacks and spells. Under normal circumstances, when you block a hit, you will not take any damage from it. It's hard to cap the block chance on any build. Because of that, we were using Glancing Blow to double our block chance. For exchange, we will take 65% of that damage we block. Because we have really high energy shield gain on block, as I mentioned earlier, we will not fear when we taking damage. Using Purity of Elements for the elemental ailments immunity, because in Simulacrum there is many different elements that we could get on ourselves. Not only Ignite, Chill, Freeze and Shock, Brittle, Sapped, Scourge as well. Very often, so with a Signal Aura we countering this. Also it gives us tons of elemental resistance, making easier cap the resistance. The Necromancer have really good mana and energy shield regen from the Ascendancy, but we getting more regen from the tree as well. The build has around 900 energy shield regen, which is pretty good. We are achieving this with life regen from the tree, and we converting this regen to energy shield regen with Zealot's Oath Keystone. As I mentioned earlier, we using Incandescent Hurt. This item also comes with a really good defensive part. We take elemental damage as chaos damage. Normally this is not too good as sounds, but because we using chaos inoculation, which is making us immune to chaos damage, this is a free damage reduction for the build. For the first time ever in my build, we have crit immunity, because Simulacrum can roll pretty high crit chance for the monsters that could one-shot us. We are achieving this with a really unique combo, using Viridis Well unique helmet. And for benefits from the crit damage reduction, we need use a magic ring in the left slot. Also, it comes with a really unique line. Damage of enemies hitting you is unlucky. This means the game will roll twice for how much damage we take, and it will choose the lower number. Like if you hit the like button like the shaper hitting the elder, so it can start spread to more people. Thank you. Few important things you need in the build. Aim on your weapon, damage over time multi, minions deals increased damage, and craft fire damage over time multiplier. This weapon crafting is very easy. Just get the base with fractured mod and use the minion damage essence till you get the right combination. For the Crucible tree, there is not too many good nodes for us. I'm only using the maximum energy shield mod, and that's it. I bet you can get better than this, but this is already enough for me. Also, do not worry about the spell damage, because the detonator doesn't get anything from it. Using a few unique items in the build. Let's start with Aegis Aurora. This is our main defensive layer. When you block, you get energy shield back. Simple as that. The Crucible tree for this is kinda good. I'm only using the first node. It gives energy shield. This is a local, so the shield will have really high base energy shield. Black Flame unique ring. This is our main damage source, because it's converting the ignite to chaos damage, and the Wither does not expire on enemies if we ignited them. Incandescent Hurt. This is also give us a tons of damage and damage reduction against elemental damage. Using Viridis Well unique helmet for benefits from the crit damage reduction. We need use a magic ring in the left slot. Sadly, I did not have any enchantment on this, but you can go with Detonate that has 45% chance to explode another corpse, or any aura reservation that the build use, so you can have more mana to cast your abilities. Corpsewalker unique boots. The item name pretty accurate this time. When your character walking, you will leave corpses behind you. The boots using your desecrate corpse pool, so it will contain the Kitava Herald or any of your Spectre. In my opinion, the enchantment is pretty good for this build, because we need to crit with Detonate that, so it can proc the elemental overload. You can go without this, but it will much harder to proc the keystone. Tips for the crafting. I self-crafted most of my gear. For the gloves, I use Perfect Fossil till I got 28% quality, then Death Fossil till I got that much energy shield on the gloves. Really easy to get this one. For the bed, this is requiring a little more. You need two different influence base. One needs with the Shaper, the other needs Crusader. Alteration spam till you get the increased energy shield from body armor. This is a Shaper influence mod. And the percentage increased energy shield, this is Crusader influence. Only these two mod need. If your bed has any other influence, before use the Awakener's Orb, it will choose from the three, not the two you have. And use the Awakener's Orb on it, and make the two items to one with it. You only need one item to be Crystal Bed, the other bed doesn't matter. Just use on the wrong base first, on the orb, because the orb will destroy the first item you select. For the ring, this is really easy. Get a Hunter influenced Opa ring, then spam alteration on it till you get this despair on hit, and craft mana cost reduction on it. The amulet, I just bought it, and we anointing charisma. I just want to highlight a few things on the passive tree that you need for the build. Using 2 8 passive cluster jewel with Prismatic Hurt, Sadist. 2 medium cluster jewel with Wasting Affliction and Burning Bright. The other is the same. 2 small cluster with Reservation, Self-Control, and the other Uncompromising. The other cluster jewel is Prismatic Hurt and Sadist. Forbidden Flame and Flash jewel allocates Shaper of Flame. A Watcher Eye, only important here is the damaging ailments you inflict dealing damage faster. I got the Sleeper mod, but if you don't have this, you need allocate these two nodes here. Thread of Hope with Rage Radius, and we only allocating here Glancing Blow, and I allocated the Redemption till I level higher level because you need to take these little notes here as well. We taking Necromancer as our Ascendancy. On your first lab we take Commander of Darkness. It's really good for the early leveling because it gives us damage and resistance. Second lab, Essence Glutton. You will regen mana and energy shield per nearby corpse, and you also regen energy shield and mana if you consume a corpse. Third lab, Plaguebringer. You will deal more damage and take reduced damage if there is a corpse nearby. Last lab, Corpse Pact. The important part here is enemies near corpses will be chilled and shagged. Gem and Gemling, starting with our main link in our body armor, Detonate Dead, and you also need the Wild Detonate Dead. Awaken Deadly Elements, Unbound Elements, Cruelty, Ignite Prolife, Awaken Burning Damage. Aura setup in our helmet, Purity of Elements, Enlighten level 3, Malevolence, Determination. In our shield, Desecrate, Anomalous Withering Step, and Spell Cascade. In our boots, Cold Snap level 1, Do Not level higher, Blazing Salvo level 1, Flame Surge level 1, Cast when damage taken level 1. In our gloves, Discipline, Anomalous Tempest Shield, Enlighten level 3. In our weapon or movement skill, Flame Dash, Molten Shell, and Cast when damage taken. I hope you enjoyed this video about Detonate That Necromancer. I would like to see you Discord as well. We have a small but active community. Check the description for the link. Also, I would like to say thank you to my Patreons for still supporting me. Thanks again, guys. Thanks for watching. I was Puget. See you next time.